and MacSed. Spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player. We were just talking about him. He's from China. He represents Invictus Gaming, and we call him MacSed. Pretty ballsy play out of MacSed on Derelict Watcher.
Yeah,
Took the fast 3 base.
I'm still very surprised that the moment he dropped those time warps, he was basically, all right, I'm actually committing to this because now I have no more energy on my mothership core. But man, that was just fantastic game sense, and what a great read by MacSed. Perhaps a little bit of luck as well, the way it all came together, but he did hit that window before that Ling army of Scarlett would be so much stronger, because hey, if those infestants are out already, and the first bunch of Lings are attacking while there is a fungal being casted on that army, everything melts. It's just a fantastic job. I'm still kind of blown away by how MacSed made that work.
Up at the top right, MacSed's opponent trailing 0-1 after a very surprising push on Derelict Watcher. Representing Team Acer, it is Scarlett.
And MacSed is going to switch things up in game number 2, as you can see the gateway going down. Now we all know how tricky it is to play against a Protoss player who, is kind of known for being cheesy, and very recently there was that quote as well, which WCS Europe showed on the ground. It was very cool, very well done. I think Artosa said it once, that the cheesiest thing a cheesy player can do is playing a macro game. Well, I wouldn't go as far to call MacSed cheesy, but we definitely know that he's capable of busting out crazy aggression builds. But last game it was the opposite.
It sure was.
3 base, 7 minutes, 1 gate.
I mean, that was almost such a fast third base that it was cheesy.
Yeah, to some degree, it kind of was.
I mean, that's all in eco. If Scarlett has 30 Lings out on the map.
And I still think if Scarlett would have made more Lings, he would have perhaps been able to just straight up kill that Nexus. Because even if there's 1 or 2 Void Rays kind of, suck against
We can agree that Ukraine Star would have been disappointed.
Ukraine Star would have made a lot of Lings, and Happy Zerg would have done too.
So we see a very fast Cyber Core down for MacSed off of this early in-base gateway. So many options off the gateway expand, Kev.
And it's impossible to predict what he's going to do after what I saw last game. Because the last thing I expected was 3 bases of 1 gate and then a double Stargate as follow-up. If you would have given me 100 to 1 odds before the game started, I wouldn't have taken it. I said no, that's not what he's going to do.
Probe making its way down to the natural. MacSed should be expanding pretty soon. Scarlett's natural's already up.
And we talked a lot about Scarlett, her chances to make it to BlizzCon, and it's very realistic. If Scarlett makes it to top 4 this WCS Premier League season, she is almost guaranteed there. I think then there's a 90% chance. I want to give a big shout out to Die Forever on the Team Liquid forums, who put together this fantastic thread. And I don't know how he did it with a lot of calculations, but somehow he nailed everything down to like chances of 1 on the millions and stuff. This guy's very smart. Albert Einstein would be proud of him. But yeah, big shout out. It's a very interesting thread, and you guys should check it out. But what I want to go with this is that MacSed still has a chance of making it to BlizzCon as well. It's a long shot, but
Hey, if he wins the group, it's maybe not as long of a long shot.
Of course, last season he collected quite a few points. MacSed almost has no points other than an IEM Shanghai attendance for WCS. But last season top 8, that's quite a few points. If he makes it to Toronto this year, that's a lot of points, and suddenly that is an option.
What is a longer shot, Kev? MacSed winning the group, or MacSed getting his Canada visa in time?
That's not funny.
I thought it was kind of funny.
No, I disapprove highly of that joke.
Scarlett's still droning hard. She's going to be very saturated on 2 bases quite soon. She's got double gas going. Has she gotten Ling speed yet? I don't know that she has. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, she has not gotten Ling speed yet.
He just got the extracted wall, Dark Shrine going down for MacSed, as he had a very quick Twilight console, and it's always just a matter of time.
This is kind of like a build you've been experimenting with, right, Kev?
Yeah, a little different. I've been doing it a few times. It's very important that you keep your probe alive on the other side of the map. Wow, MacSed. Oh my god. This could be... Oh, there's a sentry. The sentry is gonna put all his firepower to it. He's like, supersonic beam! And he gets it.
Dark Shrine's about halfway done. Scarlett looks like she once again wants to play...
Wow, this violent placements. Okay, I think that this probe is kind of giving it away. This is something that Todd often says as well. The moment that, as a Zerg, you see a probe on the map, you kind of also know there's a pylon out there somewhere. And that pylon already gives you other stuff to worry about as well. Like, why is there a pylon there? Is it a crazy gateway push? Or do you have to worry about something like Dark Templars?
But Scarlett hasn't sent Zergling around to check for that pylon. Dark Shrine's going to finish, Kev, and that means MacSed will be able to work in DTs.
Pretty damn close. There's not a single Spore Crawler on the map right now, not a single overseer either, as there is no layer tech. There we go.
Layer hasn't even started?
Oh wow.
Oh man.
The best thing that MacSed...
Theoretically, if they just walk into the main,
yeah,
it's game over.
It's almost game over, but I think that MacSed is probably going to do what Naniwa did against Hyun, you know, just be fine and satisfied with just taking out that hatchery. Scarlett, no Spore Crawlers yet.
Has to have seen this.
I don't think she did. She's been looking somewhere else. Oh my. But it's going to be so important that he wipes in more Dark Templars. Killing drones is fantastic, but he needs to take out this third hatchery as well.
And there are more DTs being warped in. Scarlett has tried to surround her queen, but that's not going to happen. The queen's going to fall, and so too will many drones. Dark Templar and the Natural is going to try to kill this building Spore Crawler. Meanwhile, MacSed made another DT at his pylon, but he hasn't moved it into this third base yet. He needs to get going.
It's going to be very important for MacSed that he actually takes out that third base. I mean, this is already fantastic. He's killing a lot of drones. He's up with 11 workers right now. There are still no Spore Crawlers here. Just now the first Overseers are morphing. But if he doesn't kill that hatchery, okay, there he's working on it.
Yep, Spore Crawler and the Natural's been killed again. This DT continuing to do a lot of work. Overseers will ultimately end this aggression, but man, MacSed has just crippled Scarlett here.
That was a good transfuse, so Scarlett will be able to keep that queen alive. But she's able to keep the hatchery alive.
Yeah, saves the third. Ultimately kind of stabilizes, but comes out of that 40 drones against 52 probes. MacSed has not taken a third base, though.
MacSed is going to follow this up probably with big two-base aggression. And while I said he's going up to 3 bases, and I don't think this is the correct choice because he's basically allowing Scarlett to come back into this game.
Scarlett's 1-1 upgrades are going to go ahead and finish. I'm wondering if MacSed's planning on continuing to be aggressive in spite of the fact that this third base is down. I think he probably has to be considering
He's going to have to cancel this Nexus. I think these links will be able to force a cancel, and its sentries are going to try to save it. Scarlett is focusing the pylon. Well, it cancels the warp in, but how good are force
Nexus donut? Not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, but there are no units on this side of the map. I don't even know where these Dark Templars came from, but now MacSed will be able to take out Scarlett's third base as well, and that is just fantastic, Niels. Because now he can still go 2 base if he really wants to.
Yeah, so that's very tough for Scarlett. Still behind in workers, 52 drones to 53 probes. MacSed is starting another third base.
Upgrades are really good for Scarlett, though.
Yep, 1-1's finished, 2-2's on the way.
MacSed is like, well, take out my...
But MacSed has Archons, man, and Archons alone kind of cancel out the kind of mass Zergling play that Scarlett's going for. There are Infestors in production already, though.
I think it's kind of smart right now when I think about it that MacSed is going to go up to 3 bases. If he makes a push with Colossus, I think he's going to be fine regardless. If he stays on 2 bases, Infestors can be absolutely amazing against Immortals and a lot of Gateway units. Scarlett trying to go for a big Ling run by, but MacSed has nothing of that.
Scarlett's just being active and as annoying as she possibly can be, retaking the third base and trying to reestablish some semblance of map control here.
He's going to try to force another cancel on this Nexus, but I think the sentries will be able to keep it alive.
I feel like MacSed should be able to defend this. There's the
he was waiting for a very long time, hoping that Scarlett would commit even more links to it. It's probably just like every link I kill is one. Nice pick up there by Scarlett on the pro, but MacSed is putting himself in a fantastic position, and it's such an impressive performance here.
108 supply against 90. Hive is on the way. Baneling Nest is down for Scarlett. That's a really cool choice. Banelings will be phenomenal against the Zealots.
But not so phenomenal against the Archons.
Not so good against either the Archons or the Immortals. Does Hardened Shields absorb a Baneling?
I think so. Why not?
I've never tried crashing Banelings into an Immortal.
I think they do. But I can't say for sure. Double Robo going down as well. Robotics Ray finished up. MacSed is making Colossus, and I think if he makes a good push with 3-4 Colossus, not even Ultras are going to save the day. And this was a fantastic opening, and the fact that MacSed was able to get this pylon up over here, and Scarlett didn't check for it.
4 Zealots in a Warp Prison making its way over to Scarlett's main base. Man, Scarlett's in quite a bit of trouble, Kev. I'm not sure if
really wants
to
get a run. No, it is going to be very hard. The moment that MacSed decides to march across the map, Now even now he might be able to deal a little bit of damage here. He's going to wipe in one additional Dark Templar as well. There's just a single Spore Crawler here. I'm not sure how many overseers we have on the map. 3 of them, but none of them are here.
Zealots and DTs in the main. A couple of units going to make their way down to the natural as well. Scarlett will take...
Infestors!
Oh.
Good save though by Scarlett. He doesn't lose any of them. He loses a little bit of energy, but not the end of the world.
Definitely worth it to spend some energy to save these infestors. One DT's going to try to run and hide. Get me out of here! But I think he is not long to this world, Kev.
Nice fungo, nice catch there. But still, MacSed just buying time for himself, gearing up for that scary push. He needs a little more hard-hitting units though. Colossus are fantastic, but if Scarlett is able to get out 2, 3, 4 Ultras, this army I don't think is strong enough. Colossus are really good against the Lynx and Infestors, not that amazing against
Scarlett
the
is so tight on gas
Ultras.
though. Only 100 gas in the bank for Scarlett.
Oh,
That's
wow.
not even enough for a single Ultra.
She never took her 6th Extractor.
Yeah. I see her starting it now.
I guess he was just too poor. She lost so many drones. She had to catch up somehow in economy, hoping that MacSed wouldn't attack this quick.
These
MacSed
warpins
again.
are so good, man. It just forces Scarlett to commit so many units, and in some cases things like Infestor energy to keeping that base alive. The Hive could come under fire, but Zealots look like they're... Oh, Infestor! Bad luck, Brian, the Infestor.
Well, he does drop a good fungo. Success kit. So many of the drones falling as well. As you mentioned, gas is just the biggest problem. If Scarlett would have had more gas, he would have been able to pump out maybe 3, 4 Ultras, and then it would have been a little bit of hope. There is a second Archon, even a third Archon. This army is getting more and more capable of dealing with Ultras.
It's a terrifying army. The Infestors are scary. The Banelings are also very scary. It makes it hard for the Zealots to ever really engage.
How many do we have? 7.
But that Protoss force is just so hard to deal with. 3 base Protoss against 3 base Zerg. That's obviously not a position you want to be in. I think the best bet for Scarlett here, God, it's almost hard to peg one. Obviously, this is an army that you would love to have Broodlords against, but there's no money for it.
No tag either, even though Spire is going down as we speak. There's a single Ultralisk on the map and there is a second one on the way, but MacSed knows as long as he keeps Scarlett on 3 bases and he just maxes out and makes sure that he has enough heavy hitting units to deal with these Ultras.
Look at these Zealots. Oh, that's not Zealots, those are Changelings.
Nice
there are
catch,
Zealots making their way into their main base. They're going to get caught by a fungal.
They're absorbing a lot of DPS over here. Or they're absorbing a lot of potential energy. That could land on this army. Scarlett or MacSed engaging on creep right now. He still has to be a little careful.
He's at 190 supply against just 170. This is a great time for him to try to engage because the Infestors are all bottled up back in the natural. I think this could be a free 3rd base for MacSed, but
he does have the Mothership Core with him as well. He's going to just send a lot of Zealots over here. That's kind of smart. Scarlett wants a little more time. She has 3 more Ultras on the way. Maybe with those 3 Ultras something will be possible, but it is going to be so hard.
Yeah, 1 Ultra makes his way into the middle of the mix, but he's going to go down very quickly. Second Ultralist also falling to the focus fire of Archons and Colossi, and I think that's all she wrote for Scarlett. Kev, MacSed is going to take it. Good game.